number ones from the top. Mr. Speaker, mash it up. Fire, light it up. CBD, government house. CBD, ni guest house. Lakini jobidi inasosa. Magani chulo kuna ngoja. Bongo mabe, bongo muzikupe. Na doba joni moki ikipenda kibete. Na pingo na matem.
Haya.
Ladies and gentlemen, the so-called ODM's Youth Convention that was held today in Nairobi continues to expose how the ODM Linda Ground team are agendaless, how these leaders lack strategies to take the party to the greater height. It clearly shows that ODM is speedily moving to the death stage. The low turnout, the absence of key political leaders in the party, the speeches made by the leaders who attended the convention clearly speak volume why ODM is soon dying. Before I venture deep to this, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take a minute of your time, subscribe to our podcast, click the notification bell so that whenever we make such videos, you will be notified. And those who have been watching us and not yet subscribed, kindly, it is my humble request to subscribe to the podcast. And by doing so, you directly support the podcast. The key observation, ladies and gentlemen, as I keenly was following this particular function, I made some key observation, and clearly I will tell you without any fear or contradiction that ODM has lost it all. ODM has lost it, and they must call themselves to the drawing board, for else ODM is dying soon. You know, talking about the low turnout, it is so clear and evident that some of the key political leaders in the party were nowhere to be seen. Many governors, many MCAs, many MPs, many senators boycotted this particular convention, and it's that speak a deep message. You'll wonder, somebody, key leaders like, given a good example, the CS, the CS of Treasury, John Mbadi, somebody who have been, very vocal, who have been making a lot of noise. This person was nowhere to be seen. It really shows something that, leaders have lost momentum to the party. Leaders have lost, that's the fighting spirit to the party. And this was clearly evident. Let me ask you a very honest question. Somebody like Winnie Odinga. Winnie Odinga was nowhere to be seen. She boycotted this particular convention. Do you want to tell me that is just coincidence? It speaks loud, ladies and gentlemen. It speaks something. It clearly shows that ODM is struggling with vulnerability. It shows that ODM have lacked on legitimate, authentic youth leader. Because when we see Winnie, we see a very vibrant youth leader. Remember, the function of today was about the youth. And the key youth in the party is nowhere to be seen. The number one youth, for instance, it shows a lot. And something we can also draw from this observation, I tell you, youth, Winnie Odinga is not with these people. Winnie Odinga belongs to somewhere. Winnie Odinga belongs to the other side of ODM, the Linda Mwananchi team. And this is a big blow because, there is no that key youth that is there to fuel the spirit, to mobilize the youth. Today ODM suffers a big blow because the division that has existed within the party when key youth leaders, the Kina Sifuna, the Kina Babu, when they left the party, it really hit them by a lot. Today, there's no that leader that is going, fueling that spirit, that strength to mobilize the youth. And I tell you, the Odium fraternity must dig down and a lot into this. There is something that they should not take for granted. Winnie Odinga missing this, I tell you, it's something that they need to consider. I've also listened keenly to leaders who attended this particular convention speaking. And let me tell you, it was nothing than selfish ambition. And I've wondered, listening to the speech made by the ODM party leader, Oburu Odinga, I've wondered why will Oburu, bend that low, attacking Sifuna, claiming that he will sue Sifuna by saying that he sold the party. Really? It shows that these people lack the strategies. They lack the agenda. Because what we were expecting in this particular convention is the well-scripted agenda, strategies that is going to take the party to the great height. But, leaders standing, they're like, no, they're fighting Sifuna. And I tell you, this is just working for the advantage of Sifuna. Because at the end of the day, Sifuna become the topic of the day. And the perception has it that whoever dominates the topic carries the day. Politics is a matter of perception. Look about Jalango. Jalango says that he's vying. I don't have a problem by Jalango saying that he's going to vie for the senatorial seat in the city. But tell me, today ODM suffers a lot of battle, internal division, the differences that have also existed between them, the relationship deviating between them and the government. Was that really the priority? I've been wondering, were there no good agenda that these people could come out laying and telling the public that we've laid 1, 2, 3, this is what we are going to do moving forward, that is going to attract the votes, that is going to stabilize the party, by them saying, it was a selfish ambition. The speeches was all about selfish ambition, ladies and gentlemen. And I never saw something that is really meant to take ODM to strengthen the party. That is something that ODM have really failed in it. And it's really taking the ODM to the death side. I tell you, they have to consider and look this keenly. Something that is also evident about this particular convention, ladies and gentlemen, the turnout. It is said that youths are not only being mobilized, but being empowered. The low turnout that was so evident today speaks volume, because there is this thing that ODM have been traditionally meant for. ODM is a party that have been known for grassroots mobilization. And by telling us that you're holding a convention, something that I will call a boardroom politics, it is not the right track for the ODM, and they have lost it. You see their counterpart, the Linda Mwananchi team, are fueling their energy, going to the people, going to the common Mwananchi, mobilizing the voters, fishing the new voters to their basket. At the end of the day, politics is about numbers.